There's been a lot of allegations floating around social media, and tonight we speak to Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, Vice Chancellor for Makerere University, the man in the spotlight, to provide clarity on some of the issues. Prof, many thanks for speaking to us tonight. My first question goes, from the time you took over as Vice Chancellor up to date, there's been a lot of allegations around your appointment, especially your qualification as Vice Chancellor of Makerere University. My question is, how do you respond to criticism around the truth surrounding your qualification for position of Vice Chancellor?
Well, Canary, yes, it is true. I have seen allegations which started way back, but they have been most intensive, I think, in the last 2 months. With the people posting even on social media, claiming that I do not have the necessary papers, first to be a professor and then also to be a Vice Chancellor of Makerere University. I did actually publish my academic credentials on social media so that the whole world knows the truth. And I did explain it in that post that I have all the qualifications required to be the Vice Chancellor of Makerere University. I went through the whole history. I told everybody who cares to get the truth that I sat my primary living examination from a very rural school in Busia and emerged the best candidate in the whole of Uganda. I moved on to Soga College Mwiri and emerged the best candidate in the East African Certificate of Education. I moved on to the A-level. I was not the best candidate. I got a little bit involved with the politics during the Idi Amin time, and the school thought that I better stay home. I did not study, but they registered me. I still passed. I started the examination, I still passed. And I came to Makerere. I was there briefly. Again, got involved in student politics, and Amin was still there. And I had to leave the country, moved on to the Soviet Union, and did architecture at the Kyiv National University of Architecture and Construction, and still became the best candidate in my architecture class. I moved on and did a PhD and completed my PhD with distinction. So that is the story of my qualifications. And I have seen now people, once I publish that, now they begin saying, but the names don't look to be the same.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say, that you have 3 academic qualifications, and these are documented in the papers you posted on social media. The names are totally different. It looks like I'm speaking to 3 persons.
The names are not totally different. One name is constant. Nawangwe is constant, Barnabas is constant, and there was a name Umoja which I dropped when I came back from the Soviet Union. The name Umoja was acquired when I was at Mwiri because of my political activism at that time. And you know, the O-level had a lot of initials. At that time, we were competing among the students who had the biggest number of names. But when we went to sit the A-level, UNEB changed and said we could not have more than 2 initials. So I dropped some of them. I moved with the same names to the Soviet Union, and when I came back, I only dropped the name Umoja. And all that was done legally through swearing affidavits. So when the school decided that we cannot have those initials, it was not just me, there were a big number of us, and we all swore affidavits and reduced the number of. So the person is the same. Maybe what you can ask the people who are making allegations, let them tell us if there is any Barnabas Nawangwe who studied at Busia, studied at Soga College Mwiri, and went to study at the Soviet Union, who is not me, in the last 100 years.
Prof, the other thing I'm really interested in you answering is the corruption around the promotion of staff. And there's allegations that you are even intimidating some staff, that everyone and whatever work they do at Makerere University, they do it because they need to be loyal to you, or else you kick them out.
That's laughable, just very laughable. The Makerere recruitment and promotions environment is probably the most transparent that I know of anywhere in the world. To be promoted at Makerere University, you begin with your unit. Your department has to assess your papers, and then if they are satisfied, they send the papers next to the next level, which is the school level. The school board or committee verifies your applications and the other criteria. Of course, there is a promotion criteria which the board follows. And when they are satisfied, they move it to the next stage, which is the college board. The college board also assesses, and when they are satisfied, they then move your papers to the appointments board. For the case of associate professors and professors, the papers are then sent to an external vetter. Okay? Now, in my case, and I have seen arguments around that, the people who are handling that failed to get a professor within Africa because there was no professor. And for me to be promoted to a position of professor, the papers had to be assessed by a professor. So my promotion took some time until they eventually sent the papers outside Africa, where they found a professor to assess my papers. So allegations that you can bribe people and are not true. I have never seen a more strict but more transparent system than the one at Makerere University.
Right. So can we speak a little bit about your achievements at Makerere University? Because many, as you've seen online, seem to doubt what you've done at Makerere University. One, you have the ivory tower ban at your watchful eye, and many documents are destroyed, and many think that that should never happen under your watchful eye as Vice Chancellor. But many more things, I mean, the Freedom Square, rather is it called the Freedom Square, the garden at just next to the ivory tower. Many say it's no longer accessible. What is happening? What have you done at Makerere University?
Makerere has transformed tremendously, and to the detriment of some people, but to the pleasure of the majority of the stakeholders at Makerere University. Makerere University currently is ranked as the most international university in the world, because we have running active MOUs with other institutions around the world than any other university in the world. And also because we have more researchers at Makerere who publish jointly with a researcher at another institution than any other university in the world. That is one achievement, making Makerere University a research-led university. And that is in our strategic plan. We have been pursuing that intentionally. Okay? 2, there is stability. People can do their research, they can study. I think you saw an interview in the Monitor recently when they were asking the students, the student president, the guild president, say, there are allegations that, Nawangwe has stifled freedoms, you can't debate. And he said, we want to thank the Vice Chancellor for finally bringing sanity and stability so that we can study and do research. And we are debating freely intellectually. What I can say, and I must say I'm proud of it, is that I stabilized the university and removed hooliganism, which some people think is equivalent to freedom of expression. So you talk of the Freedom Square. The Freedom Square was simply beautified, and the Freedom Square is used every day by students. They sit there comfortably and study. It is used by exhibitions. By the way, I want to invite all viewers to our next exhibition, which is next week, where we are displaying the research and the innovations that have been made at the university over the last 2 years. And come and see what our children and our staff are doing to change our country. You will not believe that these things are done in Uganda. Now, as far as the burning of the, I didn't know that you can watch a building at night and see whether it is going to burn or not. The building burnt at night. It is a suspected electro fault, maybe a short circuit caused by maybe a rat which stepped on the wires. The fire started in the ceiling, and the patrol which was moving around the campus confirmed that. There was a forensic investigation which confirmed that the fire was caused by an electric fault. So I thought that matter had been settled when that report came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, thank you so much for speaking to us tonight.